Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, members of the diplomatic corps in Serbia and distinguished speakers, good evening and welcome. It is my great pleasure to greet you all here today as we gather once again in the spirit of tradition before the Exit Festival. This annual gathering is more than a celebration. It is a testament to the power of culture as a vehicle for social change. Through the arts, we can convey messages that transcend boundaries and touch hearts, inspiring action and fostering understanding. Together, we acknowledge the significant role that culture plays in addressing and promoting important social issues. With that said, I am most happy that this year we are partnering with the United Nations Population Fund to jointly call an end to digital violence. As we embark on today's program, let us remember the impact that our collective voices can have in driving positive change. Thank you for being here. Now, let's commence with our first speaker, Ms. Snežana Mišić, Deputy Director of the Gallery Matica Srpska.
Hello, welcome to the Gallery of Matica Srpska. It's our pleasure to host this great event together with the Colored Press Group and Mr. Robert Čoban. For those who are maybe for the first time in the gallery, I would like to say a few words about it. The gallery is one of the oldest Serbian museum institutions. It was founded in 19th century in 1847 in Budapest, and 17 years later it was moved to Novi Sad. Also, the gallery is one of the richest art museum, national art museum, with a collection of Serbian art from 17th century to the present day. Although the gallery is, we may say, an old lady in terms of years, it tries to keep up with the times, to be modern and attractive. It cherishes tradition, but it acts in the present time with a very clear vision and idea directed towards the future. Among many our activities, the fact that we have been supporting the Exit Festival for more than 10 years speaks for itself. Every year during the festival, we organize a special program, Take a Break, Feel the Art in the Gallery of Matica Srpska, in order to introduce festival visitors and other tourists to Serbian art and culture. Regarding the topic of this event, I need to say, or I would like to add, that we as a gallery have a highly developed social awareness, and we are active in promoting issues of equality and human rights through numerous programs and activities. And at the end, unfortunately, you cannot see our permanent collection today because we are preparing the new one, which will be open in October. But you will see the current exhibition about two art brut artists, Sava Sekulić and Ilija Bosilj, and I'm sure you will enjoy the tour with my colleague Ivana Bašičević-Antić, the author of the exhibition. I wish you to enjoy tonight, both in the gallery and at the Exit Festival. Thank you.
Dear Snežana, dear Borka, dear Brankica, dear John, your excellencies, dear friends. It was 2018 when we started this series of events we called Novi Sad Summer Experience. Our idea in the beginning was to show people, especially people from the diplomatic corps and business society in Belgrade, to show best what we have in Novi Sad. And this cooperation we started, of course, with Exit Festival, which is one of the biggest and most popular festivals in whole Europe, and with these two galleries, this gallery of Matica Srpska here, and neighboring collection of Pavle Beljanski, which is on the next address. It was, of course, we skipped this year with pandemics, with COVID, but I think even though we have this extremely hot day here, like today, it's really great opportunity to have people from all over the world, actually, not only from Belgrade, from Algeria, Tunisia, Germany, many other countries. John comes from Sarajevo, where is his headquarters, to be here in Novi Sad and to see what we have. This exhibition you will enjoy today's exhibition of Museum of Naive and Marginal Art from Jagodina. And it is really great that this year we have this cooperation with United Nations Population Fund. We would like to promote here and to promote also at the Exit Festival their body right campaign. So we think, as Snežana said, it's important for them as a cultural institution. We think that it's extremely important for us as a media to be part of that kind of campaign and actions. I hope you will enjoy in both parts of our today's agenda here in Gallery of Matica Srpska and later on Petrovaradinska tvrđava. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and this hot weather, just to see you come and be with us. Thank you so much for the invitation to the gallery. It's really a great honor for us to be here. So I want to greet you in the name of the United Nations Population Fund, in this beautiful city of Novi Sad, the European capital of culture, and the hometown of the Exit Festival, which hopefully all of us are going to enjoy later. I want to express my gratitude to Ms. Misic for welcoming us here at the Matica Srpska, a prominent cultural and artistic institution known for preserving historical heritage and shaping community values. To extend my appreciation as well to Mr. Robert Choban and his team in the Color Press, with whom we've been working, are now organizing this gathering today at the margins of the Exit Festival, enabling us to reach the highest number of young people, focusing on that youth as the main resource for achieving progress and demographic resilience in the country, as well as gender equality, personal integrity, and autonomy in physical and virtual space. So these values are articulated through the Body Right campaign, which you just heard from Robert explain, and you will hear a lot from also my good friend Brankica, prominent during this wonderful occasion marking the World Population Day again 2 days ago. I would like to highlight that demographic trends are one of the main trends that are noticed in the world today, and the Secretary General of the United Nations did point that out, and they are one of the driving forces for the achievement of the Agenda 2030 for sustainable development. So many countries in this world, including Serbia, is facing demographic change. And these changes are characterized by a number of issues, such as you have a lot of young people or even families moving out of the country. You have fertility per family falling down. You have fertility of about 1.6. And also you have a rapidly aging society. And it is important that when we look at these trends, which have been going on for a significant period of time and they affect many other countries, that there is need for us to be able to look at what we need to do as a society to be able to sustain our countries, our societies, our communities in where we are. But sometimes when we are confronted by these factors, we engage in policies or strategies that sometimes tend to take away from the rights of women and other people, some that are not in keeping with what our people want. So we want to be able to insist that on this World Population Day, at least on the part of the World Population Day, we want to insist on the rights of women to be able to, and families to be able to have the number of children they want, and also to have the desired fertility that they need. As relates to body right campaign. As you heard, it is about 2 years old. And this is informed by the fact that almost everybody in this room has faced online violence, one way or the other. Now, some might raise their hands and say that they've never experienced it, but I can challenge you and say it is because you didn't recognize it. But somebody has body shamed you, somebody has said very mean things about what you do, or how you look, or how you engage. And they find the comfort of sitting behind a keyboard in some dark room where they know nobody's going to find them. But what they do with the keyboard and the effect that has on you is exactly the same as the violence that is meted out in the real space. It is real violence, because what have we seen? We've seen people committing suicide, we've seen self-esteem going down, we've seen people getting depressed, and we know that. We've seen it in Belgrade, we've seen it in other countries, in other cities as well. And therefore, the Body Right campaign, we want to make it as prominent as the copyright for corporate, for goods. And I'm giving this example, that if you try to do something about a copyright of a product or company, action would most probably be taken almost immediately. But when you report a violence that pertains to your body, when somebody is sharing pictures of you that you didn't authorize, I can assure you the struggle to be able to bring that down is much more than you can ever think of. And sometimes you never succeed. And we've seen singers in Croatia and other places where it has become permanently lodged in the internet, and you can always Google and find them, and yet they didn't authorize them because some people hack these things. So here at the Exit Festival, we have an opportunity of reaching out to as many young people as I said. And therefore this campaign is really meant not just for young people, but for everybody, but especially young people, because all these people who do these horrible things to other people virtually, they are our children, they are our brothers, our sisters, and sometimes even our parents. So we hope to spread this message around. We hope to claim back our bodily autonomy, because that is important. We need to claim back our bodily autonomy, and we also need to make the environment online as safe as we try to do the offline environment. I'll just give you some statistics that global research has shown that gender-based violence facilitated by technology affects all countries. Globally, 85% of women have experienced or witnessed online violence against other women. A survey carried out amongst 18-year-olds in Serbia that we conducted in 2021-2022 revealed that more than 78% of them do not feel safe in the digital space and do not have sufficient information about technology-facilitated gender-based violence, self-protection strategies, and available support. So this Body Right campaign is about creating awareness, is about informing you the language that will be used and the words that they will use to mete out violence against yourself. So this campaign is calling on all relevant actors to improve protection mechanisms and support systems for dealing with this type of violence, and to take the protection of bodily autonomy online as seriously as copyright protection. At the end of 2022, my good friend, we collaborated with the Office of the Commissioner for Protection of Equality and adopted and launched the Body Right campaign in Serbia to support people in Serbia, especially youth, to understand the risks online space and recognize various forms of this phenomenon. Later today at the Exit Festival, you will be able to see some of the resources we've prepared, including language, with a glossary as a repository of numerous forms of online violence and real-life examples of this violence. We wanted to encourage people to discuss the issue and to seek protection and to support in their own language. Surprisingly, it started from Belgrade, but now it has spread throughout the Western Balkans. That glossary that was prepared here by the team in Commissioner Brankica's office, as well as UNFPA, has gone to Bosnia-Herzegovina, North Macedonia, has gone to Albania, and everywhere else. It is now being used as a best practice, which is something phenomenal, and we need to be able to encourage that a lot more. So here in Novi Sad during the Exit Festival, an event celebrating youth creativity and potential and promoting positive values, it's essential to underscore that this potential flourishes best in an environment where it is safe, and that is the message we want to do it, safe both online and offline. So we are inviting all of you, our development partners, and thank you all the ambassadors, excellencies who have come. I need to acknowledge all of you who have come to join us in our efforts to promote gender equality. It is important, and to prevent all forms of violence, including the one facilitated by technology that we've spoken about. After this event in Matica, Srpska, we will proceed to the fortress to jointly promote our body right campaign, aiming to ensure that everyone, women, girls, men and boys, feel confident about their future, feel safe about whatever it is where they are, whether virtually or online, and to ensure that there is protection and the action is taken against those who perpetrate this violence. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, dear friends, dear Robert, thank you very much for the opportunity to address you today on a critical issue that affects millions around the world. Technology facilitated gender-based violence. And I know that today I come to the right place, because it is known that Exit Festival share the values of human rights and equality, especially having in mind the activism component that you are nurturing here. This is a human rights issue that demands our collective attention and action, and together with our great and reliable partner, UNFPA, a regional office in Sarajevo and here in Serbia, we are facing this issue ahead of a couple of years already. Sorry if I stop or give up, please forgive me in advance, because I don't feel well, something suddenly happened, but it is a really important issue, and Robert and Color Media Communication, they are also my very important friends, so I will try to do the best, and I will read my notice. Usually I don't do that, but yes, we never know what can happen with our life. In today's digital age, our lives are increasingly intertwined with technology. We shop online, connect with loved ones, and engage in global conversation, all at a touch at a button. Yet, this digital realm has also become a breeding ground for violence and abuse, particularly against women and marginalized communities. We work together, of course, with UNFPA and Commissioner for Protection of Equality as a central national level institution for the promotion of equality. We do the first to tackle this issue in the broader region. Online platforms, while powerful tools for communication and empowerment, have unfortunately become platforms for harassment, discrimination, threats, and intimidation. Cyberbullying, revenge porn, and online stalking are just some of the ways in which individuals, especially women, are targeted and violated online. The anonymity and reach of the internet can amplify the harm inflicted, leaving lasting scars on victims. Just recently, we had the opportunity to hear about Telegram groups dedicated to despicable exchange of explicit private photos taken and distributed, in most cases without permission, on the persons that are on them. On this occasion, I would like to acknowledge the brave women from the organization Osna Žene. I know that you already heard about them, that discovered and brought the attention of the public to these shameful groups. But amidst these challenges, there is hope and there is action. today too. Initiatives like the Body Right campaign, which we launched and are running for 2 years, are shining a light on these issues, advocating for digital spaces that are safe and respectful for all. Body Right empowers individuals to reclaim their digital autonomy, to say no to online abuse, and to demand accountability from platforms and policymakers. At the heart of the Body Right campaign is the reconciliation that everyone deserves to be safe, respected, and heard online and offline. It calls the fundamental shift in how we perceive and respond to gender violence in digital sphere. This isn't just about policies and regulation. It is about cultural change, empathy, and solidarity. Because, as human rights activist Desmond Tutu once said, if you are neutral in situation of violence, you have chosen the side of oppressors. That is why we educated and trained our youth panel, Busters of Discrimination, to be the multipliers of knowledge among youth, and we are very proud of that fact. Just last year that had 6 workshops in various high schools all across in Serbia. Aside from that, we submitted an initiative demanding the amendment of the criminal code in terms of criminalizing abuse of explicit photos and videos. And be sure, we will not stop here. To truly combat gender-based violence online, we must first raise awareness. Education is key for recognizing the signs of online and understanding its impact of victims. That's why we translated glossary. John already spoke about that, which is important not only for the purpose of defining the problem, but also because it is important understanding between generations. Our children, they are speaking completely different language comparing with us. We need to understand each other. Secondly, foster a culture of empathy and respect online. Let's challenge harmful stereotypes and behaviors that perpetuate violence and discrimination. And finally, support survivors. Let's create avenues for healing and justice, ensuring that those who have been harmed receive the care and support they need. As we stand at this moment on the event that they put Novi Sad here, thank you, Robert, once again for bringing us together, Vojvodina and Serbia, of course, on the top of the European cultural scene. Let us pledge to be allies in the fight against gender-based violence online. Together, we can build a digital world where everyone's rights are respected, where diversity is celebrated, and where empathy and kindness prevail. Related to that, and World Population Day this week, I also would like to remind us all that we need gender-segregated data, more inclusive data, to create inclusive policies to benefit everyone, especially marginalized community. The Body Right campaign reminds us that our voices matter, that our action can make a difference. Let's amplify these voices, let's take action, and let's ensure that the digital future we create is one where every individual, regardless of gender, nationalities, or background, race, can thrive safety and dignity. And as I finish my official part of speech with the requesting time framework, I would like for the end to acknowledge my dear friend, John Kennedy Mossotti, who is moving to the next place soon.
where he will fight the good fight for the better future for all human beings. I strongly believe that, John, you are living inspired of our energy, knowledge, cooperation we share. I don't know how many years, last 4 years, I think. And I wish you success and good health and good luck in your further career. And finally, I want you to know that here in Serbia, you have sincere friends. Thank you all, my dear friends.
Prevaliti glavu, gubiš glas, sliku sebe. Bujica straha juri kroz stomak grudza, ruke su hladne. Tvoje telo više nije tvoje, nestaješ. Između smrtnog straha i planina iza kojih bezbedno sede oni drugi. Poglede su nevidljive, a milioni gledaju snimke i slike tvog tela, prate uvrede, dok ti trpiš poniženja, ucene i zastrašivanje. Povrede nanesene korišćenjem tehnologija vole stvarno i stvarno vode ka potpunom uništenju bića. Kada tražiš da snimci i slike sa neta nestanu, nađeš na sporo odgovor i tišinu. Kada tražiš pravdu, put je dalek. Kada tražiš da tvoje telo ima jednaku zaštitu na mreži kao kompanijski logo, to je nemoguće. Izbori se za svoja prava i zahtevaj da slika tvog tela bude zaštićena u digitalnom svetu. Stavi znak Body Right pokret. Obeleži protiv nasilja na mreži. Tvoje telo je tvoje. I na netu i u stvarnom svetu.
As we come to the end of our formal program, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of our speakers for their insightful and inspiring words. I will invite you all to join us on the exhibition tour, and at the end of this exhibition, your focal person for transportation to the Petrovaradin Fortress will be Bojana. We will go there as a group, and once we arrive there in our entirety, which means all of us, then we will get our tickets to enter the festival from the exit staff. Thank you once again for your presence and participation. Let us continue to use our collective voices and actions to make a difference.
Hello, good evening everybody. I will give you a guided tour through the exhibition. My name is Ivana Bašičević-Antić, and I am the author of the exhibition that you are going to see in Galerija Matica Srpska this evening. And even suddenly for me, it is actually deeply related to your subject today. So let's go.